Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Hope all of you will be doing well with the grace of Allah. Our today's topic is capacity of parties in business and corporate law. That means who are competent to do or to enter a contract as a party and who are not competent to do in a contract as party as per laws of Pakistan. Let's start, guys. Now, in the first slide, students, we will discuss what are the learning and development objectives of this lecture. After this lecture, you will be able to understand what explaining parties in detail, capacity of parties in detail, who are minor, who are of sound mind, who are disqualified by law. These are technical terms of law and can only be understood when we go and understand their operational meaning. And when we discuss and understand their operational meaning, we will be able to get the knowledge of these terms and its application in practical business in daily life. Now going to the next slide. Competent to contract. Who is competent to enter a legal contract? Every person is competent to contract who is of the age of majority, of sound mind, and not disqualified from contracting by law. So this is the legal definition of a competent person. Now we will move to certain details regarding these terms in the next slide. Now coming to the first, minor in contract. A minor is a person who have not attained 18 years of age. Over here I have left not, so it is not, who have not attained the age of 18 years. A contract with a person who have not attained the age of 18 years is a void contract. Minor in ratification. Minor can not ratify if he gets benefit at the cost of someone else, that I am minor in court of law. Proving minority. Minority in a case, in front of case, will be proven by the party who is accusing the other party that he is a minor and cannot enter into a contract. Minor in reimbursement. If minor gets some benefit from a contract and it is proved that he is minor, he will reimburse that benefit to the other party. Guardian of a minor. If a person, if he is male or female, has not attained the age of 18, his or her guardian can do a contract on behalf of him. And in this way the minor can benefit from any business contracts. Now coming to the next important point is person of unsound mind and burden of proof. That who are person who are of unsound mind, that they are mentally ill, mentally incapable of taking rational decisions like normal human beings. And burden of proof, who will prove that the person while entering into contract was of unsound mind. These are the two terms we will discuss on this slide. A person is said to be of sound mind for the purpose of making a contract if, at the time of making the contract, he is capable of understanding it and of making a rational judgment to its effects upon his interests. Now, you can fully understand, boys, from this definition that any person who can take a rational decision like normal human beings and can understand that his interest will not be damaged by taking that decision or by taking into a contract, he is of sound mind, person who can take logical decisions. Now, if a person is of unsound mind and he has entered into a contract, who will prove that at the time of entering into contract the person, the one party to the contract was of not sound mind? The burden of proof lies who challenging the validity of contract. Very self-evident from the sentence, from the concept in this sentence, that whoever whoever says that the person was of unsound mind while he taken while he entered into a specific contract, that person who challenges the validity of contract, he will prove the unsoundness of any party in court of law. So burden of proof will lies on person who challenges the validity of a contract between two or multilateral parties. Now, one thing I should add in it, that is, person who are of unsound mind, normally contract with them is void. Law declares that persons of unsound mind will not enter into any contract because they cannot decide for their own benefit, and their guardians can enter into contract on their behalf if law permits. Now, disqualified persons. Who are persons according to the Pakistani law who cannot enter into a contract? A company cannot enter a contract. Diplomatic agent, if entered into contract, he has immunity, he cannot enter into contract. Alien enemy, if Pakistan and India are any two countries, they are at war, then citizen of one country cannot enter into a legal contract with another country. Person who are insolvent, or any who have technically bankrupt, he cannot do a contract. Convict, when a person is convicted in court of law as per CPC, criminal proceedings code in Pakistan, he cannot enter into a legal contract. So in capacity of parties, dear students, we study the different classes of people who cannot enter into a contract and who can enter into a contract. Persons who have attained the age of 18, they can enter into any contract if they have sound mind. On the other hand, if they have not sound mind, they again cannot enter into a legal contract. While persons who are forbidden from entering into a contract are company, diplomatic staff of any country, alien enemies, person who are insolvent and convict. We will discuss them in the online class, live class in detail. Please come up with good questions, and that will generate a good discussion in the class. Thank you, and see you in the class. Your questions will be welcome. Khuda Hafiz.